I finally got a rack. I got this 8 cube organizer from Target and put it together. It took me about 20 minutes. I did some things wrong, as I am wont to do. It can go either way. And so it took me about 20 minutes to put this thing together. But it did go together quickly once I figured out how to put it together correctly, reading the instructions. I'm one of those men that skips the instructions. And now I have 8 cube rack to add all my floor records to. So it gave a lot more breathing space to my record collection. And hi, everybody. So as you can see, I got the new rack put together. Took me over a year to find a rack and be able to afford a rack. And I know that sounds crazy, but there it is. I finally got all my records off the floor. And when I picked up this rack, I went and looked at Target, which is where I bought that rack. So if you want to get that rack, it is at Target, costs about $60. I also checked their record department and I picked up some new vinyl. What did I get? I got the new album by Gorillaz. And this is called The Mountain. And this is a pretty big release because it's their first release in a while. Came out on February 27th, 2026. It's their ninth studio album. It's the follow up to Cracker Island, and I loved Cracker Island. I'm a big Gorillaz fan. I'll show you. Hold on a sec. So I don't have all of them, but I have a fair amount of Gorillaz. I have this one, the Gorillaz. I have Demon Days. I have, that's a Vinyl Me Please, my Demon Days. I have a Demon Days promo, the instrumentals. I have Plastic Beach. I have the Now Now. Don't have Humans, but I have The Fall. And I have G Sides. And then, of course, Song Machine. And if you notice behind me, I have the Song Machine vinyl figures from Super Plastic. I also have a 2D with the light up eyes and the microphone. And I have the Jeep, Noodles in the Jeep, that is numbered and signed by Jamie Hewlett. So I'm a Gorillaz fan, and I was really excited when I saw this and heard it. And I knew it was going to take some getting into because of its Indian influences in the sound. It leans heavily into world music, electronic fusion. It's got strong influences from Indian music, classical, a lot of sitar. It's got synth pop, hip hop, psychedelia, multiple languages. It's really a globally inspired album from the band and deals with death, grief, and the afterlife. So if you've read up on it at all, you know these things. And it also has some guest appearances from living and dead members. And it's inspired by the personal loss of those loved ones by Jamie Hewitt and Damon Albarn. And it's sort of a look at death as a continuation of life, the transformation that one goes through when losing loved ones. It's also got guest appearances. It's got Anushka Shankar. It's got Black Thought, Sparks. One of my favorites, Johnny Marr, is on this album. It's also got posthumous appearances by people we have lost, that they have lost, and they dug out samples from their archives. So you've got, this song has got Dennis Hopper. It's got Bobby Womack. It's got Tony Allen and Mark E. Smith, voices from the past, if you will, all on this album, The Mountain. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up and I'm going to clean it in the ultrasonic, give it a spin, and see what I think. Should we open it and take a look at it? It's got this Obi strip on it, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of opening albums shrink. Newer albums, when I purchase them, I generally keep the shrink on, so I will include a picture of the gatefold in here. And let's pull everything out and I'll show you what's in this Target edition. So we've got colored inner liner here, and it is a gatefold, and there's a big spread of the Gorillaz artwork in the middle there by Jamie Hewlett. You can see there's the cover, and there's the back, and you see that obi, that kind of wraparound sash obi. And again, this is a Target vinyl exclusive. And what's exclusive about it is the coloration on the vinyl. And it's got these beautiful artwork inner sleeves that you can see there. And the vinyl itself, I mean, it's not polyline, so I'm going to clean them and put them in polyline sleeves. But it's sort of this opaque. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that in the light. And then we've got the custom labels there on one side and on the other side. It was advertised as being red, but it's more like a blood red, kind of, if that makes sense. Oh, and this is, what is this here on the inside here? This is dedicated to the memory of, and then Lou Reed, Proof, Terry Hall, Ike Turner, MF Doom, Tony Allen, Marky Smith. I mean, it's got dedications in this little insert. Long Play 33, released by Kong. It's the song listing. Can you see that there? And then the other album we've got here is, look at that. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Can you see that? It's really beautiful artwork, sort of photography and artwork. And then there is the other vinyl. Oops, I'm dropping everything. Here is the other vinyl here. And again, on that red. So we're going to give these a clean. I'm going to give them a spin, and then I'll give you some more thoughts. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've given it a clean. Thoughts. What do we think about the new Gorilla, The Mountain? Well, there are a few tracks that stand out. To me, the single, The Happy Dictator, which is the lead single to this, it's political, it's theatrical, but it is that Gorilla sound that we know and love. The Moon Cave is a standout collab heavy track. Again, much more Gorillaz-esque than some of the tracks that are more Indian leaning, if you will. The Sad God is the closing track. It's very sad. It's very emotional. It is, I guess, the perfect way to end the album. The Plastic Guru is one that's got some controversy because it's got a recreated voice, almost a mini super group. And then in the Plastic Guru, you've got Johnny Marr and Anushka Shankar. And I think the Johnny Marr tracks on this album stand out. The production, the sound of this album is fantastic. I mean, it's really in line with the quality that you expect from a Gorillaz project. So I was real happy about that. I was real happy about the pressing. After the ultrasonic clean, it was quiet. The acoustics on here are fantastic, very room enveloping. I've added some more rack in my room, and so I get a more diffused sounds coming from the setup, and it sounded good, and I was really happy with it. So I would definitely recommend, if you are a Gorillaz fan, it may not be the Gorillaz sound that you know and love, but it is the Gorillaz. It is worth picking up. If you wait like I did, you maybe can get it for a little less, which is what I didn't pre-order this one. I'm normally pre-ordering all the Gorillaz, but I think it's worth it. It's going to take some repeated listens to really get into, and I plan on doing that this week. Now, it debuted at #1 in the UK and top 10 in the US. It's sort of been praised as ambitious and emotional. So it's a cohesive album experience this time, and it really asks that you stick with it and listen to it in total. This isn't pulling out singles, Gorilla. This is an album, an experience. You put it on, you sit back, you listen to it, and you let it sort of take you with it on this journey. I liked it. It's spiritual. It's introspective. It's interesting to see where they will go from here, because there's been a lot of talk that they're going to hand off the Gorillaz project. and let other people call the shots. So it'll be interesting to see if that does happen. Stay tuned. Who knows? But definitely, I'd say an 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. I'm going with an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Uh, I do like it. It's probably going to grow on me. Most of the Gorillaz grow on me. Okay, next up, following the construction of my new rack, I'm so happy I got those records off the floor. You have no idea. Well, I saw this, and I have a long history with Rob Zombie. If you've watched my video, not many of you have, go check it out. I'll leave a link. Rob Zombie, The Great Satan. Whoever thought I would be buying an album called The Great Satan in a Target? But here we are, 2026. Crazier things have happened. So, what I can tell you is I have listened to this album online. I streamed it before I bought it. This is a ghostly black vinyl with a 28-page booklet. One of the reasons I wanted to get this was because of its production. Now, he's an artist. He's been doing art his whole life. He's, of course, made movies. He owes me a drawing. I'm probably never going to get it. But we do have this. And one of the things I loved about the old White Zombie was that he did so much art direction in the White Zombie band and often had his artwork involved in all of it. And I have a tattoo on my arm. It's this one up here that Rob and I drew. And so, yeah, I have a love-hate. And I've liked most of his work. It's not as strong as White Zombie, but we're gonna open it up. And again, comes in a gatefold. It's basically a photograph of him. I'll put that in here. And there's the vinyl. Get to that. There's the front. There's the back. It's got 15 songs. They're your typical Rob Zombie titles: Tarantula, Black Rat Coffin, Lord Acid Wolfman, The Black Scorpion, Revolution Motherfuckers. It's everything you expect in titles. It's everything you expect in sound. It is definitely harkens back to that Hellbilly Deluxe sound. I think he's leaning towards what we liked about White Zombie, the aggressive, the electronic, the sampling that goes on it. You're going to find all those things in this album. It's a relatively short album. I think it's around 30, 40 minutes. And again, this booklet is one of the reasons I wanted to get it, because I'm really a big fan of his aesthetic. And you see that with his artwork. He's got Riggs back in the band, which was in his post White Zombie lineup. He's got Blasco back in the band. So a lot of fans are leaning into this because it's the sort of the White Zombie sound, initial solo zombie sound, Satan, Satan, everything to piss off your parents, right? But, he's getting older, so am I. He's got Ginger Fish from Marilyn Manson on drums again. All this custom artwork. I'm a huge fan of all this artwork. That Sherry Zombie, of course, sneaking in there. So yeah, I mean, I wanted to get it. There's a big box set of this that comes with the CD as well as the cassette and the vinyl. It has pop-ups and stuff like that. But at the price, I'm going to pass. I'm going to just stick with this single edition. And the nice thing about this one, unlike the Gorillaz, look at that, poly-sleeved liner. We need more of this, guys. At least he gets that. It's not that this is an audiophile album per se. Look at that. It kind of looks like it has ghosts. Can you see that? It's pretty cool. So I thought this was a fun one. It was a fair price. I think this was at Target. I think it was $29. So not outrageous. We're going to go ahead and clean this, and I'll give you a little quick recap on the acoustic and sound of this version. This is, I think, the generic version. It comes in, there's like 27 versions of colors for this release. But I just figured when I stumbled across it, I'd pick it up. And that's what I did. I stumbled across it and picked it up. Ghostly black vinyl. It looks pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of color vinyl anymore. I'm really over it, to be honest with you. So I'm kind of happy that this isn't too crazy because I do think some of the bright colors do detract and add to that noise on the sound floor of the vinyl. So I'm going to go clean this and we'll take a listen to this as well. Okay, so The Great Satan. It's the 8th solo album by Zombie, released February 27th, 2026. It's his first album in about 5 years, and it's a deliberate throwback to his early, I guess you'd say, nastier sound. Now, it's a return to roots for Zombie for sure. It's grounded in industrial metal, groove metal, thrash, that sort of thing. It's your classic Zombie sound, crunchy, distorted riffs, horror movie samples, electronic noise, and synth textures. It's 100% going for everything you love about Rob Zombie music. And again, as I noted, it's the return of Mike Riggs and Blasco, so the guitarist and the bassist. The lineup hasn't been together in decades, so it's almost a spiritual sequel to his other work. Standouts on this one, to me, uh, FTW 84. It's an explosive opener with a slightly political edge. Heathen Days, classic Zombie. Punks and Demons, classic Zombie. It's the lead single. Um, I'm a rock and roller, swag heavy. He's been directing the videos as well. I mean, if you include putting a camera on the floor and just singing at it, kind of not too far from what I'm doing in these videos here, is what he's doing in those videos for this album. So, I mean, it's got B movie horror imagery, satire, horror storytelling. It's fun. It's very Rob Zombie. I can't say it's audiophile, but it's loud and it's crunchy and it's what you want in a white zombie. It's got a minimal soundstage, I'd say. Turn it up. It's going to be loud. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be thumpy. The cats went running when I played this one. So I guess I'd give it, as far as a return to form for him, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's not the greatest album ever made. He never attempts to make the greatest. It's what he does. It's like B movies. If you like B horror movies, and you like White Zombie and you liked his early work, this is not Educated Horses. This is not trying to be classic rock. This is fun, pump. Let's go out, drink a few beers, and have some fun. So it's a win on that front. If you're a fan of his work, I'd say add it to the collection for sure. And that leaves one last record that I picked up this week. What is it? Okay, I stumbled across this one. I routinely look at Facebook Marketplace, try to see if there's anything on there that I can buy that's affordable. And I found one. So this is the Black Angels. This is a band out of Austin, Texas. This is the 4th studio album by the Black Angels, and it was released April 2nd, 2013. So it is one of the more modern psychedelic rock records of the 2010s. And the Black Angels have built up quite a following for this sort of psychedelic groove scene. Now, this album was released in 2013 and sold quite well and went out of print. I've seen it on secondary markets for as much as $200. And this fella locally was selling this for under $30, and I didn't own any Black Angels, and I thought, what a great time to pick it up. So I did. Drove out there, talked to him a little bit about the band. He's getting rid of, it sounds like, a few of his records, and I had no problem with picking this up. Now, it looks like it's got a burn on the cover, but that's the album artwork. The album artwork is done by the band, and it has sort of this, you can see another one of those burns there, sort of look. I like it. It's this cool sort of, you use this album while you're smoking kind of thing. So I dig it. And this is, more representative of some of their album covers, this sort of monotonous kind of groove, that thing that they get into. And it's got lyrics. You can see more of those burns and some artwork. This book is attached to the inside of the vinyl. It's a cool way to do it. And it's got all the lyrics and some illustrations on the band. And I started listening to this when I moved to Texas, the band, I should say. One of the guys at the first shop I got work at introduced me to this band, the Black Angels, and I really became a fan quickly. And so when I saw that this was up for sale on Facebook, absolutely, I picked it up, and it's in mint condition. Aside from a little ding up here on the top, it's in mint condition. I'd say I have some notes here. It's neo psychedelic garage rock, so I'm used to garage rock from the Detroit area. It's got heavy fuzzed out guitars and a lot of droning bass. It's very velvet undergroundy. This album is a little bit different from their earlier albums, that they were more that hypno groove sound, whereas this is a much more sort of a cohesive band sound to it, a more velvet underground kind of sound to it. It's a more polished approach, slightly more melodic, I'd say. It's got organ sounds in it. It's still dark, but it does have lighter moments like the song Love Me Forever on it. Um, I think if you like the band and you like bands that change with each album, I think you would like this. Like I said, it's not an easy one to find. You have to buy it on the secondary market, but you can give it a stream for sure. Um, a lot of people felt that this was a direction they didn't want to see the band in. They wanted to see them continue that hypnotic sort of droning sound. But I quite liked it. I quite liked this sort of band. It's a solid psych rock album for sure. So the Black Angels, at the tail end of this, not a new record, a used record I found, but a great record. If you like the Black Angels, give this a listen. So we have Gorillaz, Rob Zombie, Black Angels, and a new rack. Hey, it's going to be a great weekend for this guy. I'm going to try and clean up my room some more and get some more music playing. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I did have a new video I did with my wife on The Last Unicorn. Check that out. It needs more eyes. And I guess I'll see you. I've got some other things in the works. I got something being delivered on Wednesday, a jazz record. Yep, I'm going to be reviewing a jazz record. It's one I've been looking for, meaning to get for a long time. So I will see you soon. All the usual things, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Do you own any of these? Do you plan on picking any of these up? Let me know, and I will see you soon here in the AV room.